What it do, earthlings, free beings, all that good stuff. I hope y'all doing alright. Today I'm here to bring you a tutorial on how I make my wire wrap gemstone rings. Stay tuned for more. Alright, before we get started, I love to always have some nearby crystals of mine. Right now I have some rose quartz and clear quartz that I got from a local pop-up shop. As you can see, it is chipping away. First things first, we're going to need some wire. I preferably like to use the 24 gauge. Then we're going to need some gemstone beads. And then you're going to need a ring sizer as well. And a pair of pliers and wire cutters. Okay, so at this point, we're going to take about a foot of wire and cut that off. And at this point, you can grab your gemstone bead. Right here, we're going to be using amethyst. I love amethyst. I love purple, blues, greens, all that stuff. So we're going to stick our amethyst bead right onto the wire and try to get it as center as possible. And as you can see, I was struggling at first. Then you're going to take the wire on the other side and loop it through the hole of the bead again. And then you're going to take that hole and put it right onto the ring sizer. At this point, you're going to find your desired ring size that you like. And then you're going to start taking one side of the wire and wrapping it around the ring sizer. This is going to create the band that goes around your finger. Alright, after we wrap the wire around about 3 or 4 times, we're going to take one piece of the end and tuck it through the inside of the ring to where we're going to basically seal it in place by wrapping it. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, but I'm basically creating the shape. And then at this point, I can just wrap with my fingers until I get to the end, and then I'll probably need a pair of pliers to bend down the ends, the sharp ends. Alright, so once we finish the closing on one side, we can go ahead and do the same thing to the other. I'm not really big on a very uniform look when it comes to my rings, so it's okay if the two sides are not, equal. It's okay. Alright, y'all, so at this point, the ring is basically finished. I just like to put it back on the ring sizer itself in order to get that last finalized shape of the ring. And it basically ties all the wire together so you don't have those, wires looking like they're sticking out farther than the other. I don't know if you know what I mean, but yeah, so you see how it looks all uniform, and yeah, it's pretty. I love amethyst. Oh, and I'm clumsy, but that's how it looks. Pretty cute. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to make this style ring. The one that's on my thumb, that one is a clear quartz, but I'm going to show you how to make rings using the little itty bitty beads. Alright, first things first, we're going to go get our beads. These beads I'm using here are called Labradorite. I love these beads because they have a beautiful translucent looking gray, blue, iridescent color to them, especially in the light. It's so pretty. But basically, I'm going to start stringing the beads onto the wire. I like to use, for these, I try to use the bigger pebbles that I find because they just are more sturdier that way. So I'll probably take about 4 pieces or so. And I think at this point I was trying to decide if I wanted to add some rose quartz, and sure enough, I definitely added some rose quartz. So I'm going to be adding about 3 or 4 of those onto it as well. Give it a pretty gray and pink contrast to each other. Alright, once we have all the beads on, this one is going to be a little bit different than the last ring I showed you how to do. I'm sorry, that's my son. He just made me lose my train of thought. So basically, you're going to take the wire and wrap it around the ring sizer instead of pitting the wire back through the holes of the beads. You're just going to just skip that and just start wrapping the wire around it about 3 or 4 times. And then the same way, just like the last ring, we're going to take the one loose end piece and take that and tuck it inside the ring, and it's going to start creating the shape that we're looking for. So I don't know if you noticed, but one end of my wire is longer than the other, and that's okay because I'm going to show you a little trick on how I kind of hide that instead of just cutting it off and wasting wire, of course. I just take it after I finish wrapping the 2 ends to finalize the shape. I'll take that extra long piece and I will take the wire and I'll wrap it in the middle of the ring, and it kind of honestly makes it more sturdier that way. I never tried wrapping it like this before, and I actually do like how it came out. Alright, so after we finish pinning all the wires in place, we're going to stick this bad boy right back on the ring sizer to get that last finalized shape. And there you go, Labradorite and rose quartz. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe for more tutorials in the future. Thank you.